the talk show that's getting you talking. You're with Brian Kilmeade.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Let's go to Dan listening on the app in Springfield, Missouri. Hey, Dan.
Hey, Brian, thanks again for taking my call. One thing I want to say is that, obviously it's not over, right? No one's turned any votes or counted. We're still counting. But my question is now we're going to believe pollsters? I mean, I get it's an exit poll, but your thoughts on that?
True. You got to have that people be honest. He looks at the exit polls. What I like about Mark, he's not working for anybody. He's just out there doing surveys, setting up for companies. He used to be in politics. So he said, all right, let me just see what the pollsters have told us. So what I like about him is I'm not describing to a Republican or Democrat. And he was, he's on the outs with the Clintons for the most part. And I also said he's got, even if he was supporting a candidate, this is the after action report. It's almost like looking at the Super Bowl the next day. So you got a while until the next game. So you might as well find out why you lost or won. So that's what I thought. I thought it was kind of interesting that most Americans are moderate. Do you find that? Would you find that hard to believe in real life, Dan?
No, I think he's right. I mean, my personal belief is I'm more right. But when I was younger, I was a little bit more liberal. So I guess it's that old saying that Churchill had to say. But I think moderation is why we meld so well together as a country. I hope that no matter who wins, that we can do that again.
I would hope so. What's going to happen? No one's going to choose it. They're only going to have to. And that's why the Republicans need to win the Senate. If they don't, Joe Biden's just going to steamroll everything. Dave, you're in California listening online. Hey, Dave.
Hi, Brian. Thanks for taking my call. I'm just asking about that Senate race in Georgia.
Yep.
All these uncounted votes that they found, do they not go with the senators also?
No, the thing is, you got to figure it's about 5,000 votes. Even if we got all of them, Purdue needed 14,000, so it wouldn't have added up to that yet. But we'll see. They're not done till midnight tonight. Gordon, WLKF in Lakeland. Hey, Gordon.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. You're my favorite talk show host, and I will reciprocate. You read your emails, and I'm the guy that lost a 4-3 decision in the Florida Supreme Court and almost saved Terry Schiavo's life, so I'm a conservative.
Yep.
And I don't support any free handouts, but you were totally wrong yesterday when you were talking about student debt, okay? The GOP lost to Pelosi twice in a row, and that's chiefly because the students have paid back $1.22 for every dollar borrowed. The Department of Ed has made money. This is the only loan instrument that has 80 or 90% default rate, and college used to be free or real close to it. So although I don't support a free handout, if these GOP lawmakers say bankruptcy for me but not for thee, and they're not willing to admit illegal price gouging, you're conservative. Since when has price gouging been okay and they remove bankruptcy protections?
Or the loans?
What now?
Price gouging as in the tuition gets too high or the loans?
The tuition directly affects the loans. Since we own the debt, we don't guarantee most of it. We own about 90% of it. If we forgave every single bit that all these liberals want, it would cost zero tax dollars, it would cost zero liability, and it would scare the daylights out of the Department of Ed. They would stop bleeding us to death. $290 a day.
I think student debt's a hot issue. I just want to do it responsible.
The Fox News Rundown is a weekday morning podcast that dives deep into the major and controversial stories of the day. Hosted by the anchors of Fox News Radio. Subscribe now to hear a perspective of news you won't find anywhere else. Listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com.
Live from the Fox News Radio.
Since January, that I would not remove, the coronavirus would not remove, like he was trying to give me the country so I could rebuild the country.
Okay, Mark, I'm going to move on. Alan in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, independent.
Yeah, I appreciate this conversation. I lived in Los Angeles during the riots, and we saw what happened over the past summer. And, it just occurred to me that when it comes to the point where people are burning stuff down and so forth, something really wrong happened way upstream. And, I can appreciate President Obama's words, but I just have to say that on President Obama's watch, nearly $1 trillion was added in student loan debt to the entire country, but this has inordinately affected people of color. And so, I appreciate the kind words, but when you say Black Lives Matter on one hand, but clearly black livelihoods are being absolutely decimated. It's like, come on, man. And same comment for Joe Biden. The president has the power to cancel all federal student loans by executive order. He could do this without needing one dime of tax money from Congress, without congressional appropriation, without adding anything to the national debt. And, that would help 44 million people in the country, many of them people of color. And I think that would go a long way to preventing some of the strife that we're seeing today. That's my call.
All right, Alan. I want to share a headline with all of you about DACA. USA Today, a judge has ruled that the DHS chief's DACA move was invalid. A federal judge in New York ruled Saturday that acting Department of Homeland Security Chief Chad Wolf assumed his position unlawfully, a determination that invalidated Wolf's suspension of the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, which shields young people from deportation. Wolf issued a memorandum in July, effectively suspending DACA pending review by DHS. A month earlier, the U.S. Supreme Court had ruled that President Donald Trump failed to follow procedures when he tried to end the program, but the justices kept a window for him to try again. About 650,000 people are part of DACA, which allows young immigrants who were brought to the country as children to legally work and shields them from deportation. Back to our conversation. Andrew in Twinsburg, Ohio, a Republican. Andrew, good morning to you. You heard what the former president had to say. We can all do better.
Yeah, I'm tired of the Democrats. Thanks for taking my call, Greta. I'm tired of the Democrats playing this race card. 23% of black families do live in poverty, but only 8% of black married couple families live in poverty. So the Democrat Party has replaced fathers with the big government welfare state. And on criminal justice reform, 97% of federal cases and 94% of state cases end in plea bargains. So they would not have a plea bargain if they were completely innocent. And we got real problems in this country, but I'll close with this point, that in 2019, the World Giving Index ranked the U.S. as the most generous country in the world. So I'm tired of the Democrats hating on America. It's just absurd to me.
Andrew there in Ohio, Republican. Sam is a Democrat in McDonough, Georgia. Sam, you're next.
Yes, good morning.
We're listening, Sam. You there? Oh, I think we lost Sam. All right, Tucker in Fairfax County, Virginia, an independent. Tucker?
Yes. Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay, just a little background. I'm a 56-year-old white Christian civil rights lawyer. This whole race thing is just meant to divide. Last time I did vote, I voted for Barack Obama. He was black then. He's still black. Yet I heard on the radio these leaders, there's no good white Christian judges. Now, there's no qualification in white Christian about being a judge. You're simply a lawyer that has a politician as a friend. In Barack Obama, I'm very disappointed. He should be saying, hey, it ain't these minorities that elect a president. There's still more white people in this country than anything else. A lot of them people voted for him. He was black then. Less than 4 years later, we're a country of white supremacists that hate our neighbors, narcissistic, hate women, hate everything God created, and just simply want to spit on the grave of our neighbor. It's a way to divide and conquer. Contact Senator Kane from Virginia for the rest of the background to my story. But I run up and down the United States being chased by the CIA.
Okay, Tucker. Gilbert in Texas, a Republican.
Yes, I'm going to call in. I'm going to find out why Obama didn't say anything about if there was nobody on cops or anything like that that were black. How come there so many cop shows on TV because of that?
All right, Gilbert's thoughts there in Texas. Another headline for you for longtime C-SPAN viewers. Roger Jepsen, 91 senator from Iowa and staunch Reagan ally, is dead. Roger Jepsen, an Iowa Republican and Reagan administration ally who served one term in the Senate before losing a 1984 re-election bid after it was revealed that he had joined a private health spa that was later shut down on prostitution charges. He died on Friday in his home in Bettendorf, Iowa. He was 91, an Iowa state senator and lieutenant governor. Before his election to the Senate in 1978, Mr. Jepsen became a dedicated supporter of President Ronald Reagan's conservative agenda of tax cuts and a defense buildup in the early 1980s. And having grown up as on a farm, a son and grandson of Danish-American farmers, he was a voice in Washington for the nation's agricultural interests.